welcome to the Stromboli Momboli episode, and today we're making 4 different Strombolis. I've got 2 bags of homemade pizza dough from Publix, so it's really Publix made pizza dough. And we're going to make 4 different individual Strombolis with each one, and I'm gonna keep calling it Momboli because that's what my kids called it when I made it when I was a mom with younger kids. So the fun thing about this is that you just take the dough and everybody can make their own with what they like. If you want to come and take a little look at our ingredients, what we have here, first one is going to be a Greek theme. This is our zucchini, spinach, and onion that I've sauteed. It's a little bit of chopped up, just little tomatoes, some pepperoncinis chopped up, and some Greek Kalamata olives chopped up. I've also got some mozzarella cheese and some nice feta, and I'm gonna douse it with just a tiny bit of this awesome Italian dressing that just makes it taste so ever so slightly Greek. Okay, so then with the other half of this, we'll make some buffalo chicken. So I'm gonna chop up our chicken. This is a rotisserie chicken that I got already cooked, but you can use any kind of chicken that you want. And I'm gonna make it either with Crystal or Frank's. Those are my 2 favorites. And then we'll put a little bit of blue cheese on there. I also might sneak in some celery because that gives it a little bit of crunch. That's nice. The next one we'll do is a ham and Swiss. So we've got a ham and Swiss, simple, and mustard. And finally the last one is just your basic mozzarella and pepperoni. Okay, so we've got our 2 pizza doughs out. And really, I just want to roll them and then I want to cut them in half. Where do I want to go? I think I'll go this way. I'll go the long way. Okay. Cut those in half like this. I'm putting them on flour. If you don't have a rolling pin, you can always just press it. You can cut it and press it out to the size that you want. It doesn't necessarily need to be rolled. I just happen to have a rolling pin. And we want them to be longer rather than wider. Okay. This is the fun. We need them we're gonna make them into like a rectangle shape. Okay. So here's the trick. What we're gonna do is once you get it into this shape, okay, you're gonna cut little wings into it like this. Okay. And then on the other side. And instead of making them even, I'm making them go, can you look in close on this and see that I have them kind of uneven? Like that. A cheese layer. Veggie layer. There's a lot of liquid in there which I don't want in my Momboli. Stick that there. Okay, so little tomatoes in here. Very nice. Pepperoncinis. Spicy. And the Kalamata olives. Love these little salt beads. Just like a drop, a couple drops, just for flavor. This is Italian dressing. Okay, so what we do now is stretch them out, and we're going to, you can start at either end, doesn't matter, but we're gonna zoom in on this one down here with me. Give it over like that, and I'm gonna braid it. You see how I'm braiding? Pull these like that, and then I'm braiding the bread. One side over the other. Okay. And you get here. Braid it in there. And then we can pull this up here. here. So this is our little Momboli. It's braided, and you know what? For sure, stuff is gonna pop out when it's cooking, but it doesn't matter because it's gonna all be delicious. Move it ever so gently. Okay, so there's one Momboli done. And then we can do that with every other one that we have. You know what else I might just do? I'm gonna throw a little mozzarella cheese on the top. And that'll brown. It'll be so good. So really the only thing you're cooking in this really is the bread. Everything else is already cooked. And this is such a nice little dinner that you can make with your family or by yourself. And you don't have to have 4 separate types. You could just do one. You could just do pepperoni and mozzarella if you want. But it's kind of fun if you have, like, everybody has some different tastes of what they want. So let's go ahead and get started with the others. Okay, so I got this one rolled out. It takes a little wrangling. These guys are really stretchy, so really just keep working it until you get somewhat of an oval or rectangle, and then slice the sides. It doesn't have to be long slices because you know these are gonna stretch. All right, so for our buffalo chicken, I'll start with a nice little bit of mozzarella. Okay, choose the rest. Perfect. And then I put some celery inside that. This is rotisserie chicken. Oops. With Frank's Red Hot original. That's it. So we'll just put that right in there. The celery, even though it'll cook a little bit, it's not gonna come out mush. It's gonna come out with a nice little crunch. So don't be afraid of cooking the celery. It's not gonna cook that long. Okay. And then we went to the cheese store and bought some crazy good blue cheeses. I mean, if you don't have this, no problem, but if you do, go for it. Okay, so then I tuck the bottom up, and then I start doing my little braid. Okay, so we're just gonna braid it in there, put it to bed like a little mummy. All right, I love this. So much fun. You know, my grandma taught me how to do this with bread. We always thought it looked so fancy. That's falling out. Grandma Snowden taught me this one. Oh, that smells great. That smells good. All right, and then you just kind of make it up at the end. However, you tuck that in, and there you go. Come on, baby. There it is. Okay, look at that. All right, there we go. Now we're gonna go on to number 3, and I'll be right back with that. We're up to our ham and cheese. So I've got the ham. I'm gonna cut my little slices. So I think ham and Swiss is just about the best combination you can get with ham. It's my absolute favorite. And I love having this grainy mustard. Here, get in a little close. Take a look at the grainy, oh, look at that. Yes. So that's cool. Just give it a nice little bit of seeds. Here we go. Okay. So this Kerrygold cheese is like my favorite cheese, the Swiss cheese. When I'm at the grocery store, I open it up after I get in the car and start eating it on the way home because I just can't wait. So I'm just gonna make a nice even layer of the cheese and the ham because you want everybody to get a good piece. Because when you're done, you're gonna cut it like this, and so everybody needs to get about the same. So I'm gonna do two pieces up here. That's so delish. Okay, and then come and look while I do this. All right, and we just tuck the baby into bed. Get going on it. Crisscross. And this is the fun part for the kids. I mean, I know not everybody has kids, but I tell you what, it is kind of cool. And they, you know, they get to do their own like little work of art. That's what I love about it. It's like a little work of art. Just tuck it in. There's no right or wrong. If you mess it up, it's still delicious. Oh, I think we went overboard on the end here. You're gonna have to pull that out. Okay. There we go. There's a big piece. Okay, tuck it in. Tuck it in. There. All right, I'm gonna have to get another pan. First, we're gonna cut our little wings into the dough. Okay. Little pizza sauce there. It's not really, it's just spaghetti sauce from a jar. One thing about this, you could use fresh mozzarella. That'd be delicious. You could use fresh sliced tomatoes in here, like super thin plum tomatoes would be great. You could use prosciutto, you can use ham, you can, any of the toppings. How about like sausage? Would be great in here. Any kind of pizza that you like. Literally any kind of pizza or hot sandwich. Think about like, what would you order if you went to a restaurant on Marco Island and you went to an Italian restaurant? You might order like a Philly cheesesteak. You could fill this full of Philly cheesesteak. Chicken Parmesan, you could do chicken parm. Think of literally any kind of sandwich that you would do, you know, that you could make that you could eat out, you could do that here. That's what I was thinking about. I was kind of like, if I went to Joey D's or Joey's or, I don't know, any of the Italian restaurants on Marco, Sammy's, what would I get? And then I think, that's what I could make in my Momboli. Okie doke. So let's pull it all together now. This is the fun part. Whew. Sticky. This one looks different. This has got a lot more of the filling showing. So it's gonna look different when we get it done too. That's cool. And this is my crazy one that's just gonna kind of wrap around here. And wrap it around. Don't want it to break. There we go. All right. Okay, and just put all the rest of its cheese on the top there. Okay, so getting close here. I have my oven on, let's see, 425. And if you would please follow me over here. I'm gonna pop them right in there. And they are gonna grow. And they'll probably touch each other by the time they're done. So we zap them in. And I don't really know how long they cook. So we're just gonna keep looking at them. But I know for a fact I'm gonna start at 20 minutes. So I have a lot of this stuff left over from our Greek Momboli, and it's just zucchini, onions, spinach, tomatoes, pepperoncini, and olives. I put it all in the same bowl. And tomorrow I can make a couple things. I could do an omelet or a frittata or a quiche, which are kind of all the same thing, just expressed in different terms. And I have a pie crust that I could do the quiche, or the quiche with. And all it takes is some eggs and cream. And I'll give you my secret for that tomorrow. People love my quiches and frittatas. So it might be tomorrow, it might be the next day. Not sure, but stay tuned for a future episode of quiche, frittata, omelet. Let's take a peek. Oh my goodness, they're bubbling, listen. Okay, not quite ready. It's been 15 minutes. And it's been 20 minutes exactly, almost. And let's see how they look. Perfect. Okay, let's get them out. at that. So beautiful. I know. All right, we're gonna let them cool just for a few seconds. Well, a few minutes, and then we're gonna take them out and slice them up, see how they taste. All right, let's just gild the lily a little bit here. I'm gonna put some butter on top. Oh, the smell of fresh bread. It's a wonderful smell. So I just also wanted to tell you, if you don't have pizza dough, and YouTube is full of recipes for pizza dough, so that's why I didn't go into it. There are other things that you can use. You can use crescent rolls that come in the can, the crescent roll can. You can use biscuits that come in the can. There's lots of doughs. There's also frozen dough. So you could get a freezer dough and thaw that out and use that just like a regular bread dough. So don't be limited if you can't get to the store and get pizza dough, or if you don't have flour. Just be creative. Any kind of dough will do. Look at how they all came out. They all came out great. So I put them separately onto the little plates, and I've cut each one a little slice out of each one. As you can see, I'm letting it cool down just for a second because they're piping hot at the moment. All right, I'm gonna try this one. This is ham and cheese. What's my favorite cheese? Beautiful. I love that one. So next, this is the chicken. Okay, so buffalo chicken. We got a little bit of celery in there, and that blue cheese looks wonderful. Let's try. Crunch. The celery crunches. It didn't get soggy at all. It stayed crunchy. It's delicious. Okay, so this one's the Greek one. The tomatoes cooked down a little bit, and all of the greens in there look wonderful. Totally different taste. All three of these are so different. Wonderful. Oh. All right, so last one, pizza. Regular old pepperoni pizza. Look at that. The cheese melted awesomely on this one. Here, look. It came out all over the pan, everywhere. So good. Wow. Pepperoni pizza. All right. Well, there you have it. The one great thing about this is that these, oh my gosh, I'm putting on my tooth. These will freeze really well. So I can freeze them and turn them into Hot Pockets and warm them up anytime I want, because obviously I can't eat all this. And then quarantine, how could I have a party and have everybody over? But I just wanted to show you how versatile this little recipe is, and how fun it is to make all the braids. And it's an activity that you can do in quarantine. So thanks for watching, and if you like watching me cook, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my page, and sign up for notifications, so whenever I make something else like a quiche tomorrow, or maybe a meatloaf, I don't know, I have all kinds of ideas and all kinds of ingredients, so join me. I'll see you later. Thank you.